Welcome back to the Danny Mac Road to Glory series on NCAA Football 14. If you are new here, I turned my 8-year-old son into one of the nation's top running back prospects, and now he's in his sophomore season at Arkansas State University. The Red Wolves are 4-1 on the season, and we've got some XP to spend. We pick up the face mask shot, the scat back, and the turn power, working on his power and ability and route running. Taking a look at Danny's stats so far, he is dominating on the ground, 836 yards and 9 scores. He's showing he has great speed and power this season and great hands, 38 catches for 491 yards and 2 touchdowns. He has to be one of the best all-around backs in the country. This week, A-State takes on South Alabama. They are winless this year, but have the 84th ranked rush defense and the 110th ranked pass defense. No such thing as an easy game, so it's time to put in some work. First quarter action, Dan takes the handoff right, cuts it back inside, stumbles and picks up 12. Next play, you can see his agility is getting better, making a cut and picking up 7 more. Second down for the Red Wolves, Dan takes a delay, runs into his lineman, but powers his way to 4 yards. Next play, Dan gets the delay again. He bounces it outside, the DN misses, and Dan is off to the races. He gets upfield and is pushed out after picking up 35. Later in the drive, Dan takes the power right, gets the edge, cuts it back inside, and fights his way to 11 yards. It would lead to a touchdown. But A-State is now down to score. Dan swings out to the flats, spins off a defender, and stumbles his way to 9. Then the sophomore takes the handoff, finds a hole on the right, and shows off his strength to get past midfield. Next play, Danny takes a dive left and keeps churning his legs to pick up 6, but the drive would stall. Next possession for A-State, Dan comes out running hard, taking the delay up the middle. He tries to bounce it outside and picks up 9. A few plays later, Dan hits the flats again, makes a cut, breaks a tackle and gains 12 in the first. A-State would tie it up. Next Red Wolves possession, Dan runs an angle route and finds some room over the middle. He gets upfield and gets past midfield. Then number 5 takes a delay up the middle, makes a cut, and picks up 5 yards. Later in the drive, Dan takes the handoff right, catches a block downfield, and gets tripped up after picking up 10. Next play, Danny takes the stretch right, makes a juke and another, and is pushed out after picking up 8. 33 for the Red Wolves, another stretch play for Danny. He gets a great lead block from the fullback, and he picks up another Red Wolves first down. A few plays later, Dan takes the power right and powers his way into the end zone. TD number 10 on the year for the sophomore. A-State looks to put the game away up 7. Dan bounces it out right, tries to get the corner, but gets tripped up after picking up 4. Next play, Danny takes the handoff left, gets the edge, and picks up another first down. 2 plays later, he takes the handoff out wide, cuts it back inside, and stumbles just short of the first. It's 3rd and 1. Dan tries to bounce it outside. He spins off one, but gets tackled in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. But coach decides to go for it. The handoff is bobbled, and Dan gets tackled in the backfield, and South Alabama would go down and score, tying things up. So we jump into overtime, and Dan is running mad, breaking it outside, dropping his shoulders, and picking up 4. Next play, Danny gets it again. He finds some room on the corner and picks up 10 more. It would lead to a TD, and the defense gets the stop. A-State gets the win, 41-35. That was too close for comfort, but Danny had a great day on the ground. 28 carries for 168 yards and a touchdown, plus catching 6 balls for 67 yards. Last week, Danny hit the 1,000-yard mark and continues to get better with every game. He's averaging just under 8 yards a carry and has 10 touchdowns on the season. But where he's really shining is in the receiving game. Dan leads the team in catches and yards and has 2 TD grabs on the season. And because he's having such a breakout season, Heisman voters are starting to take notice. He's helping put Arkansas State on the map. This week it's a tough matchup for the Red Wolves as they travel to Lafayette to take on ULL, and they have a strong defense, top 20 in rushing and passing. Time to go to work. Game time, Red Wolves come out driving. Danny comes out of the backfield, makes the catch, and picks up 17. Then Dan splits out wide, runs a slant across the field, makes the grab, and only picks up 3. Next play, Danny takes the handoff left, finds a little room, and picks up 4. It's 3rd and short for the Red Wolves, and the sophomore shows off his strength, plowing his way to the first down. Later in the drive, Dan takes the delay up the middle, gets pulled down from behind, and fumbles. ULL comes up with it. Looks like we're going to have to work on ball security this week. ULL will come down and score a field goal, and Dan comes back out running, getting a great lead block and picking up 6. A few plays later, number 5 gets the delay, cuts it back, but only picks up 4. On 2nd down, Dan goes in motion across the field, catches the screen, makes a cut, and picks up 8. Later drive, Danny runs the wheel route, finds some room, makes another catch, breaks the tackle, and picks up 9. It would lead to an A-State TD. Next Red Wolves possession, Dan runs the seam route, and look at all the space in front of him. He tries to spin out a defender, but gets tackled after picking up 28. Later it's 4th and 7. Dan runs a route across the middle, but Trail throws it up downfield and gets picked off. The frustration is starting to show for Dan. ULL will kick a field goal, and it's more route running for Danny. This time he makes the grab and picks up 14. Later, Danny swings out of the backfield, makes the catch, and he walks into the end zone. A-State takes the lead. ULL will come down and score. Dan comes out of the backfield, runs an out route, and Trail throws it late and is picked off, and the defender is gone. Pick 6. A-State is now down 10. Next Red Wolves possession, Dan takes the stretch right, but the Cajuns swarm him for no gain. Then Dan takes a delay, goes up the gut, runs into his lineman, but drives his way to 6. It's 3rd and 3, and A-State is running the option. Dan gets the pitch late, but picks up the first down. It would lead to a Red Wolves touchdown. We jump ahead to the 4th. A-State down 3. Danny bounces it out right, makes a cut, and picks up 7. A few plays later, Dan takes the handoff up the middle, and look at the power from the sophomore. He picks up 7 more. Then Danny catches the screen, follows his blockers, cuts it back inside, but barely gets the first down. Coach calls the screen again. Dan turns upfield, gets hit out of bounds, but picks up 7. It's 3rd and 14. Danny finds some room behind the defense, but Trail tucks it and loses a yard, but the kicker would miss the field goal. Last chance for A-State. Danny comes out of the backfield, makes another catch, and picks up 9. But now it's 4th and 4. Dan swings out, comes across the middle, but Trail runs and slides short of the first down, and A-State loses. Bad decision by the QB, and it cost us. Kind of a quiet day for Danny on the ground, 12 carries for 51 yards and no touchdowns, but he did have 10 catches for 121 yards and a score. But unfortunately, the Red Wolves get their 2nd loss on the season, but look to bounce back against Monroe. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell and join the Noti Squad, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.